I'm a seventh generation in a rabbinic dynasty. And as a teacher my whole life, and growing up in a family of teachers and scholars, I've learned that education is about sharing your knowledge, your gift, morals and ethics. I know it's about modeling behaviors and values that we want to pass on to the next generation. However, there's more. Education is the subtle messages we pick up from every person we meet. And how we show up in those chance moments is what gives us the possibility to be educators. When I was 10 years old, I was playing on the slide with my friends. We had this part of the game where we would all topple on top of each other and we'd scream, "Timbery!" Well, this time I yelled, but for a very different reason. I didn't know at the time, but I had broken my leg. So I wobbled my way back to the classroom, holding on to the shoulders of my friends, and then to the lunchroom stairs. When I got there, I tripped and landed at the bottom of the stairs, face down. My friend Sarah immediately called the principal, who called my dad to come get me. My dad comes rushing down the stairs. He swoops me over his shoulder, and as my head is bouncing against his back, he takes the stairs two at a time, launches me into the car, and floors the gas to get to the hospital. So it's lunchtime when I'd broken my leg, and despite the pain, I was hungry. I knew my mother was going to be meeting us there. She'd be there with her Mary Poppins size bag filled with an assortment of danishes, hot chicken soup, and chocolate. She sets me up with some extra pillows and had the nurses heat up my blankets. Then she went around ensuring that all the hospital staff were well fed. So having survived the hospital ordeal, I now needed to figure out how am I going to navigate the halls and the stairways of the giant school building with crutches on a hopping leg. I will never know where I got the chutzpah to go over to the building manager and say, "Can you open up the back door near the ramp so that I can get straight into my classroom?" And my friend Sarah, she showed up every morning to help me get out of the car, carry my bag and my lunchbox. She never missed a day. And Tom, the building manager, he greeted me every morning with a smile and a couple of nice words. "You got this. You have a great friend." So the day after my cast comes off, I run straight to my classroom. At recess, I'm on the way outside with my friends and I notice Tom. I run over to him. I said, "Hey, Tom, look, my cast came off." He looked at me and said, "I was waiting for you this morning." The gut punch was strong. He was waiting for me, and I wasn't there. It's crazy because I was only 10 years old, but I can never forget what I felt like in that moment. Sometimes we look at who we've become as adults, and we wonder, where did we learn these valuable lessons? Where did we get the courage, the strength, and the grit to show up? When I look back, I see each person, word exchange, and interaction as an educational imprint. The day I didn't show up for Tom, that imprint gave me a huge respect and consideration that I have for other people's time. And like my mom with her Mary Poppins bag, I love hosting parties and events. And my rule, nobody goes home hungry. And like Sarah, being a friend means showing up. These values are so important. They've shaped who I am. But in today's volatile, chaotic, uncertain, and ambiguous world, it is far too great a risk to not see these chance experiences as opportunities for education. We also need to intentionally design our homes, schools, and communities so that our children can learn empathy, courage, friendship, gratitude, and compassion. Because we want our children to learn from a place of awareness, experience, and connection. By me smiling at you right now, That's an educational imprint. I've lit a spark, and perhaps you'll pass that smile onto somebody else. I invite you to acknowledge that every moment you show up, you step out of your house, you hop onto the subway, you walk into your grocery store, you are an educator. Chance experiences are opportunities. And how we show up in those moments is what gives us the possibility to be the educator by design. Thank you.